Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back. It's me, Lydia Marie. We just chilling today. We having a little makeup lesson. I got my little caftan on. Y'all like my caftan? Two different eyeshadows on, but that's okay because this is what this lesson is about. It is a beginner tutorial on how to apply eyeshadow. I put two eyeshadows on this eye, one eyeshadow on this eye. We're going to go over what type of brushes you need, how to apply, and most importantly, how to blend your eyeshadow to make it most flattering on you. So if you have a quick minute, grab your brushes, grab some tea, and tune in very quick for this much requested lesson. I was so glad that somebody asked me to do this. I love when y'all ask me to do things. That makes me happy. Hi to my new subscribers. Welcome back to those of you who have been subscribed. Kick back with me as I give a quick lesson on the easiest, most beginner friendly way to apply your eyeshadow. Alright, so I've already primed my eyelids. I normally just use my the NYX eyeshadow base. So I prime my lids. You can do concealer, whatever it is you prime your eyelids with. And for this demonstration, I'm going to use a small palette. This is the I Love palette from Sephora. And this is in the shade Medium Warm. I'm using this one because browns are a good safe color to start with when you're learning or relearning how to do eyeshadow. Brown eyeshadow looks good on everybody. There's a hue of brown. No matter what shade you are, you can wear a brown eyeshadow. You just have to find the one that works for you. So for this one, we're going to start off on this eye. This eye, I'm going to do two colors. And then on this eye, I'm going to do one color. And then we're going to show you the different ways that you can blend it and placement and things like that. I think I did that backwards because I'm right-handed. Two colors here, one color here, and we're going to get into the lesson now, okay? I have three brushes here. These are all blending. These are blending brushes. As you can tell, they have a fluffier head. There's softer bristles and things like that. These are my blending brushes that I love. This is my shadow brush. You can tell it's a little flat. It has a flatter head. The bristles are dense. It's made to pack on color. This is my blending / crease brush. It's a little bit thinner with the bristles, so it's meant to get into the crease. Where my crease is up here, it's meant to get in here and pack that color on and blend it. And this is the same type of brush. So I'm not going to use all of these in this demonstration. I just wanted to show you the brushes that you might need when you're doing your eyeshadow. So you definitely need a blending brush. You need a crease brush, something like this, a little thinner than a blending brush, and you need a shadow brush. That's all we're using today. Normally the color that you put inside your crease, where your crease is, if you open up your eyes, you kind of poke your brush right here and feel where your crease, the color that you normally put there is the color that's closest to your eyelid shade. So I'm going to put, but for today's demonstration, since we're not doing like a full 3-4 eye look thing, I'm going to just start with this reddish brown, this brick color here. I'm going to be taking my crease brush. I'm going to get some color on the brush like this, and I'm just kind of tap off any excess, and I'm going to show you how you can get the maximum color payoff with this shadow. I'm going to be looking down in my mirror, but first things first, you want to pack the color on. So you want to kind of just pat it in place where you want the color to be. And I want this in my crease, so I'm just going to pat this in my crease. Before we start the blending, we want to make sure the placement is right. And I'm just putting this in my crease. Also to note, everybody's eye shape is different. I have a wider eye, I have more lid space. If you have hidden lids, you're going to look down in your mirror and then find your crease that way, whereas my eyes were open and I found my crease this way. With hidden lids, you kind of want to look down in the mirror and find your crease that way. So now that we have that out the way, you can either use the same blending brush. This is still a crease brush, but I like to use it for blending. I have my placement. I have this reddish brown shadow in the crease where I want it, and now I'm going to start to blend that color. Just blend it in until I get the diffused shade that I want. I want it to be seamless for when I add in any other color on my eye. So I'm just going to keep it in the crease where I am, and I'm just gonna blend. So you can either do a windshield wiper, you want to keep a light hand, keep your hand on the bottom of the brush and just kind of do a windshield wiper motion, or you could just do circles, whatever it is to blend this eyeshadow. I tend to do a little bit of both. You want to blend until you think you're blended, and then blend just a little bit more. So because of my eye shape, my makeup is going to come out here. So, and it's still within my crease right here. Okay, so it is blended in there, if you can see that. See it from the back. And I'm just going to blend a little bit more. Now this is when you can pull out your fluffy blending brush and just kind of go in, because it's a little softer and it's going to do a little bit more diffusing of the color. And you can kind of check and see, do you want more of this color or are you good? This color is pigmented enough for me, especially for this demonstration. So I'm going to go ahead with the second color, and you can see that I still have lid space. There's no color here where my eyeshadow primer is. There's no color here. So we're going to go in with this brown color. Yeah, because this one has shimmer, so no shimmer. We're going to go in with this dark brown color here, and I'm going to be using this flat shadow brush, and I'm just going to pick up the color the same way I did and do color, and I'm just going to pat that in the same way I did, but I'm going to keep it lower towards my lash line and just bring it over my lid slowly. See what I did there? So if I'm looking down in my mirror, you can see the difference between the two colors. Or I can. I hope you can too, because of my lighting. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord, let this lesson turn out right. You can pack up a little bit more color on your brush and just kind of pat it over the lid that way. So when you have the color that you want, that's the color that I want, then you want to go back in with your blending brush and go around the edges. You see how these two colors look completely different right now? They're not meshed. That's where we're going to go in and blend them just a little bit at the edges. And see, we want to get that color diffused so when you're looking back, they blend up together. And then you're going to go back in to your crease where you put that other crease color, and you're going to keep blending around the edges without disturbing what's on your lid. So you just want to take your fluffy brush and just kind of blend these two together around the colors, around each other. Oh my God, does that make sense? Oh, I'm so glad I could be myself on my channel, because I think you get the gist of what I'm talking about. Just blend for your life, honey. And I'm just kind of taking easy around there because I don't want to blend this color. I want to blend the color in my crease and make them kind of mesh. You see what I did there? So you can still see the lid color, but it's not so harsh. And you just want to blend it. Alright, so these are the two shades on my eye. Now, again, you don't have to use dark shades or brown shades, whatever colors on your eyes that you're choosing to use. Just make sure, the rule of thumb, if you're going to go by rules, the rule of thumb is that your color that is in your crease is the closest to your eyelid, or more of a neutral shade. That's why I say when I look for palettes, I want a transition color, because you want the color that is in your crease to transition to what's happening on your lid, what's happening in your corner pocket, and whatever you're putting up here if you are. You want that to be your transition shade. Those are normally the most flattering, the most look more like your eyelid shade, if that makes sense. So I'm looking in my mirror and these look blended, but you all tell me what you think. And this is not a smoky eye. I know it's not a smoky eye, and I normally do a smoky eye or something like this, but this is just a soft diffuse brown eyeshadow. So let's move on to this eye using just one color. So when I wear one shade of shadow, normally that's because I just want shimmer all over my lids, or like a soft metallic or whatever, or I just don't feel like blending a bunch of colors. So, and this is a good place to start for beginners too, is wearing one shade on your lid to see first how it looks, how you like it, and just get kind of used to wearing eyeshadow. Does that make sense? So I'm going to use the same palette. And I think for this demonstration, I'm going to go in with this pink rose color here. And it does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's not glitter. So that's good for wearing on your eyelid. And I'm going to take the same type of brush as I did. This is another eyeshadow shader brush. And instead of placing this in my crease as a transition shade, I'm going to start this shade directly on my lid, closer to the lash line. Alright, so we got the shadow, and I'm just going to start packing it on, starting at the corner, and just packing it on and moving my way over to the inner corner. That's a pretty color. I don't use this eyeshadow palette nearly enough. That is really pretty. But I need a little bit more on my brush, so take a little bit more. Once I have that placed on my lid, I'm going to take my blending brush, whatever one I choose, and I think I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to take this blending brush and I'm going to start to blend this on my lid color and blend it up like so. And blend it on my lid first. Blend it a little higher on my lid, moving away from my lash line. And when I open my eyes, that's kind of up going towards my crease, right? And I'm just going to blend that some more. And then once it starts getting up towards my crease, that's when I'm going to start going in with the windshield wiper and just diffusing that as much as possible. And all of that on my lid is one color. You see how this one looks darker? It has a little more depth. This color is one shade and it has shimmer, but it's not so overwhelming. It's an easy, subtle way to wear your eyeshadow. Just as an aside, since I messed up, not even messed up, but this shimmer kind of got underneath here, I'm taking the same brush that I used to put on my concealer, and I'm just going to clean that up. You don't have to disturb the eyeshadow at all. You just kind of want to pat it in. Go over it with whatever you applied your concealer on, or you can put a little concealer on your finger and just kind of clean up whatever you spilled. And that's it. That's it. Easy breezy. So that was my quick lesson and tutorial on 2 basic ways to use your eyeshadow. If you're just relearning makeup, or if you're trying to learn makeup, I hope this technique helped you. Let me know in the comments below. The person who requested this, I will make sure to tag you in the Instagram post so you can see it. But thank you guys for subscribing. Hi to my new subscribers. I got a lot of y'all over these last couple of days. I know that's right. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you guys, and thanks so much for requesting things. I put a lot of things on my community tab, so make sure you check that for polls, and if you want to see something in particular, a technique or anything like that. Y'all voted a lot for Shop My Stash, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of those too. I really appreciate y'all tuning in. If this helped you, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe and notification button so you don't miss a thing. And I will see y'all very soon, back again for the next video. Bye, y'all.